Something different today. I'm looking at ancient motorcycles in huge quantity at Verralls. Right, hello. This is a departure, me appearing on the camera, but apparently this is how you're meant to do things on YouTube, so you'll have to put up with my face. But I'm going to distract you by the background. I'm at Verralls today in southern England, in a little village. It's probably the most beautiful, certainly one of the longest running veteran vintage classic motorcycle dealers in the world. I've been coming to here and where it was before since I was a kid, and it's just stuffed full of just fantastic old bikes, pretty much all of them in oily rag, original condition, just how you like to find them. And the people here are the friendliest people you could hope to deal with if you're looking for a bike. So even if you're only half thinking about buying a really old bike, you should come down to Verralls. I'll put all the contact details below. This video carries on with a walk around all their stock, and if you can see, their showroom is absolutely stuffed, and it just smells fantastic in there. There's something lovely about the smell of old bikes. So let's go and have a look at all they've got, and do come down and have a look, because this is the place to get an old bike, and the roads around here are fantastic to ride on as well, so it'll be a good day out. This is a truly fantastic place. If you've never visited Verralls, and I've been coming to Verralls since I was a little kid with my dad, you must come along. I'm going to go slowly with the camera, otherwise it will blur and you won't see everything. But it's just fantastic, and I'm not going to tell you what the bikes are. So I know a little bit about a few old bikes, but not enough to comment. And whenever I say I'd get it wrong, but that's what the comments section's for you all to tell me. Even modern things coming in here, Italian things coming in here. Single cylinder Vincent. Bearings and the fittest. I'm surrounded by them. If you want to find out what they all are, the best thing is to do is look on Verralls' site, because that's where they'll describe them and tell you all the years and all the models on it. Look at that fantastic array of levers. If you're into levers and tinkering with them, you'll love it. Anyway, look. That would be a veteran Triumph in the background. That's a later one. It's got advanced front suspension on it. And that's just the beginning of it. If we roll down here, there are swarms of them, or whatever they'd be called. You bought one yet?
Yes, this one.
This one looks very nice, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, that looks very nice, very comfortable.
One pony power.
It looks, yes, the blacksmith could knock one of those up for you. So, look at this. Very nice. Zenith were known for making very quick machines. Look at that fantastic oil pump, like a plunger, like a syringe. You have to pump oil into it as you go. This old Triumph's got a lovely look to it, isn't it? Patina, as antique dealers and motorcycle dealers like to say. Sunbee, which is the gentleman's machine. All sorts of advanced things like kickstarters and gearboxes before the First World War. Sparkbrook, we've seen one of those before. Lovely Triumph twin. I like this blue colour. My father had a 54 Tiger 110, and it had that lovely blue colour where all the bikes at the time were black, so it really stood out. Douglas, a Pose twin. They were very quick in their day and used extensively in the First World War. When I raced at Brighton Speed Trials, there was a bike, probably not too dissimilar to this, that had had decades of tweaking, and that was doing like 90 miles an hour in the quarter mile, which is like extraordinary. It would go out quickly. Beautiful looking AJS. I can read the label, so I sound very knowledgeable. It's a 1928 AJS 350 K7, and it's currently for sale for £23,500. It's beautiful looking. Really nice look to it. Pretty much all the bikes in here, they're not kind of shiny, over restored. They're just kind of what you'd hope to find, really. Just beautiful, used, oily, original condition. Just kind of perfect, really. And if you've heard of rally bicycles, they used to make motorbikes. Not quite sure whether the bicycles came before the motorbikes, but that's what the comments section for. Look at that. What on earth is going on there? That looks really high tech, doesn't it? For if I could read the label, I could again pretend to be knowledgeable. And now we're almost at the end. There's a Royal Enfield. Again, they're so packed in, there's so many bikes here. If you're interested, I'll obviously pull them out and let you have a look and start them. And there's a guy outside who's just been for a ride on a Veloset, so they're quite okay with letting you try them out. So, a lovely Scot. I do like Scots. They just look so kind of sleek. Like with the engine, liquid cooled, 2-cylinder 2-stroke, really low down, and a triangulated frame. They handle really nicely. And they're not that expensive in the great scheme of things for classic motorcycles. And then we have this wonder. This is an 1898 Derby 2 horsepower light motorcycle. And I think it would definitely form as a light motorcycle. The reason it has pedalling gear is to start it, but also for something they called light pedal assistance. But when the engine, and this engine is tiny, look at my hand here for scale, it's tiddly. So you'd pedal it to start it, and you might need to assist it up the hills. And you've got oil going into it here, and an array of little levers doing all sorts of wondrous things. So this lever, well, that's not going to be very good. Ignore that unprofessional camera at the moment. This little lever comes down here and controls what's under there is a contact breaker. So the ignition timing, advance and retard. And these other levers control what looks to be a quite primitive carburetor. But I'm sure in its day it worked fine. And probably in there would have been the original battery, and on the end of there some of the electronic gubbins that control it. And again, if you look at it, put my hand for scale, it's really a bicycle tyre. And they're often used, the tyres of tandem bicycles, just because they're a bit tougher. So this ancient wonder is beautiful. It's £25,000, and it's got a stirrup brake, like the old-fashioned brakes that bicycles used to have, and that rubs on the rim to try and stop you. Based on all the ones I've ridden, all it tends to do is make a squeaky noise and not actually stop you at all. So I will now head back in the other direction, because if you're like me, you like to have a look at things in both directions and you don't want to miss out on anything. Again, that's a very familiar looking side valve, veteran type era motorcycle. Again, sorry, you're going to be upside down. I know you want to have a look down there, and it's the only way to have a look at them when they're so squished in. All sorts of wonders up on the shelves all around it. Oh, lovely early HRD twin. Very nice. And again, this is a 1948 Series B Rapide. Very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Right, I won't be putting any music over this because that just drives me, and I'm sure most of you lot, crazy. So it will just be the background noise of people chatting about bikes and me rambling on. If you've got suggestions for how I should improve these, then that's what the comments section's for. And if you like this kind of stuff, then click like, because it's the only way I'll know whether you like it or not. So, it's like a fantastic kind of oily rag in the best sense tradition. Museum of stuff you can come and try and buy. So we're in a little village in West Sussex, and I'll put a link to Verralls in the comments so you can see where they are. But if you've never been here, you've got to come and have a look. Maybe you'll be tempted. Because riding these old things are fantastic. They're a real experience, and you enter a whole world of really fantastically eccentric people that ride them and maintain them and restore them. So if you ride a motorbike because you want to have an adventure and you bought some giant BMW, skip that, buy one of these, because every ride you're going to have is going to be an adventure. Right. That's a look around Verralls. It's the beginning of February 2024. And anyway, that's enough of my rambling. Hope you enjoyed this. If you do, like and subscribe, because it's the only way I can tell you like it, and I'll do some more.